Still one day it struck me. What are we talking of doing? On the one hand, there is a huge demand for engineering. First of all, number of engineering seats are now probably 1.1, 1.2 million. Number of them remain vacant. Even though we are a country with large population, still talent has to be respected.
Yes.
And I think this is what now this was almost 40 years back. What has happened to India in 40 years?
Hi, today we are going to meet Padma Shri Professor Ashok Jhunjhunwala. He is not just a professor, he has conceived and created a business park which is nothing but IIT Research Park in Taramani. So it has been home to more than 350 startups with a valuation of around 3,800 crores, and it has garnered around 10,000 crores as a input in different forms of funding. He is a technologist who has created well phone, solar DC and many other things. He has done a lot of contribution energy sector. So welcome, Professor. Welcome to the show. So to start with, sir, so typically people have the people around you, you are from IIT, so all the professors and others would have a mindset, say, we are the stars, we have learnt a lot, so there is not much needed, kind of a fixed mindset people might have it. But you broke that and then you pushed them, not only you, pushed everybody to have a growth mindset. That is one of the outcomes research park. So how did you, this is my personal question, how did you push the people who has that kind of mindset and get it over this level?
Actually, it was a learning for me. I came to IIT Madras as a professor in 1981. And for some reason, within a few months of our coming, my being there, some totally unknown people will walk in and say, sir, we want to talk to you. And they will bring a son or a daughter of theirs, typically around 16 years of age, 17 years, 16 years. And they will come with a request that, sir, we have heard about you. And we want you to help my child. And my child is very bright. You can ask any question. Very good in mathematics. I want him or her to get into IIT.
Okay.
Please, can you help them some way or other? I would say, well, the only way to get into IIT is through this joint entrance exam.
Correct.
And you know it is very tough.
Yes.
Chances are small. But why don't they get into other engineering colleges? They are good. And they learn. The people will generally say, sir, no, even that is very difficult. I say, why? Sir, there are no seats anywhere. I was perplexed and tried to find out. Around in 1982 or so, in the country, there were only 20,000 engineering seats. All colleges combined.
No, the college count is more than that.
20,000 engineering seats, that's all. And therefore, with a 700 million population, a lot of youngsters growing up did not know how to study engineering, get into engineering curriculum, even though they were good. And that is the situation in which their parents will bring them to me. And the question that kept on coming to my mind, that why so few? And almost all of them were colleges which were either opened by the central government or state government with funding, and there were only so much budget. And most people used to be denied, therefore, decent education. Sometime around 84 or so, Jayalalitha or other chief ministers decided in Tamil Nadu to open up private engineering colleges. And there was a lot of hue and cry. There was a huge demand. Generally, most faculty, most of us at IIT took up a position that this will be very bad.
Correct.
Somebody who knows nothing about engineering will open up an engineering college, charge the students huge amount, capitation fee, which was all true. And they will not be good teachers. They will get lousy education. And engineers will be created. So I know by and large IITs was opposing that. And I was part of that. Till one day it struck me. What are we talking of doing? On the one hand, there is a huge demand for engineering because there are large number of youngsters who want to do engineering and they are bright. Their parents were right. And we are not able to provide them. At the same time, we are saying private colleges cannot be opened because they will be money making, which is all true. Why can't we work with the engineering college, fix them, improve them, and see that much larger number of people are able to get educated? Now, this was almost 40 years back. What has happened to India in 40 years? First of all, number of engineering seats are now probably 1.1, 1.2 million. A number of them remain vacant because now there are more seats than the number of people who want to get into it because they do not get good job necessarily. The second, everything is true that there are colleges which has very poor teachers, practically nothing, charge high fees and do a very poor education. On the other hand, there are colleges which have somewhat decent education, where even number of people who did PhD in IIT are going and teaching. Their standards are going up. And because of that, we are able to produce almost 1 million engineers a year. Uneven quality. But even then, top 300, 400,000 are not bad. What you also find is that even if the college is not as good, they somehow learn things on their own and they gradually improve. And on the job, many of them get trained. And if you look back, would our IT industry have happened if it was not for all the private engineering college graduates?
Not at all possible.
Would our industrial growth that has taken place, we have grown 7% from 19 in terms of per capita GDP, real GDP, compensating for inflation since 1991. Would that have been possible with a large number of youngsters getting the engineering degree or other degrees and getting a job and contributing? So if you look back, this is the contribution that has come. In fact, we ourselves had started taking projects which was related to industry and we needed people to work. Our own students, many of them will go abroad or some of them will go to management, some will go to some very high-paying multinational job. They are not available to us to build things. We in fact started using from 85 onwards private engineering college graduates. We'll train them if required. And it didn't take them too much time. So we have consistently now positioned that 1 million engineering graduates is a big asset of India. If the quality is uneven, we are to be blamed. Some have decent quality, some have very good quality, some not so good quality. But even from colleges which does not have as good a quality, the youngsters who graduate, if they are given an opportunity, they can flower up. We value them. It is they have to give an opportunity, motivation. All these people who are sitting here, they can become very good. So that's my attitude. We'll recognize that. Now increasingly, our complete master's program come from students from other engineering college, PhD program. And today in IIT, the MS and PhD students are more than, are 65%. Undergraduate is only 35%.
Oh, okay. So which means that external...
It is the students from other engineering college. Okay. And we have gone one step further. As I was pointing out, our data sciences program, we have got rid of JEE and saying people can come in and study and learn. In young people, see, this is our peak population between 18 to 26, 27. They have to be given every opportunity to learn and excel. That is the only future of India.
Okay. So right now I'll switch to the little bit of nostalgic question. So when you came from US, you mailed to all the IITs. I was hearing as one of your speech. So in that you got a reply from IIT Madras. I mean, you like the reply from IIT Madras. What is the reply? What made you to attract and...
Well, I was in US, finished my PhD, was teaching there, wanted to come back as soon as possible. And I thought that IIT may be a best place. I can become a faculty and then explore what can I do. So I wrote to all the IITs, as you point out. The only proper reply that I got was from Professor P.V. Indiresan of IIT Madras. Okay. It was more of his personality, not so much that of IIT Madras versus another IIT.
Okay.
He says, I've gone through your biodata. I really like it. I would welcome you to be here. Are you serious in coming? If you are serious in coming, then I will have an advertisement soon.
Okay.
All you have to do is let me know that you are willing to be considered for that advertisement.
Okay.
And it happened. 2 months later, I got a mail saying that there is an advertisement. Are you ready to be considered? I said yes. And then after that, I got an offer. Okay. So this is more of this gentleman, Professor P.V. Indiresan. I don't know how many of you have heard of him. He's no more. But he knew that talent need to be somehow brought in. The attitude otherwise was, let people apply. We are the masters. We will decide who to give you or who not to give a job. Professor Indiresan did not treat us like that.
Nice.
He did not treat faculty as people coming for employment. He said, I need to get the best faculty. I think that attitude, IIT Madras, Professor Indiresan was the first one. Now everyone does that.
Okay, nice.
We really recognize that talent is something that you need to attract. This old mindset that we are giving a job is all wrong.
Correct.
Today, every company, I'm sure if Guvi wants to attract good talent, it has to go out and attract them.
Yes.
Even though we are a country with large population, still talent has to be respected.
Yes.
And I think this is what Professor Indiresan did, and that's the reason I came to IIT Madras.
Okay, that's nice. Actually, this is one good learning for all of us where, there is a movie called Moneyball. So in that, one of the reason for the success of the team is data. But with the data, he identifies the talent, a remote talent which is ignored. Okay. So that is what, there are multiple ways. One is, first you have to respect, as Professor said. Otherwise, you want to go and figure out which is the talent. For example, in Guvi, we did it morning when I was saying, most of the people whom we showcased, if they go to other companies, they will not be respected. Okay. Here we figured out and we identified. So I want that same behavior to be, it could be the core value for Guvi. Any leader should have it. So you should be a magnet for talent. Okay, people make mistakes, it's fine, but you have to identify the good people in that whole thing.
There are two parts of it. One, you need to attract, and talent, and also the hunger to learn. It's the right attitude that matters than the amount of knowledge that you have. If you're hungry for learning, you create an environment where you can learn more and more.
Correct.
And you keep on growing. The talent growth, nurturing talent is extremely critical. The same person in an ordinary environment will remain an ordinary. In a proper environment will become extraordinary. And that is the kind of environment that we are trying to create at IIT Madras Research Park, where an ordinary person can become extraordinary. I think your approach of having a place here but not having people here will not allow people to grow as much.
No, we cross-pollinate during this whole week. So that is what we do. We try to balance between these two activities.
But I still feel that talent needs to be nurtured.
Okay.
And sitting at home, they cannot be nurtured.
Okay.
A little bit can be done. Occasionally they can be. But if you really seriously ask me, talent nurturing requires an atmosphere where they see other talented people, they work with them, they are challenged all the time. See, one may think that this is the maximum capacity. You are here, and if you reach there, it's a great. Our first job is to get them to reach there the fastest. The minute you reach here, you should see that your capability is here.
Correct.
You again have to be nurtured to get there. And minute you reach there, you find that your actual capacity is even more. My feeling is human capacity is almost unlimited. More you inspire, more you push, higher you can get them. And I think as long as human being is pushing himself or herself to keep on enhancing their capacity and capability, they are happy. True. They have a fulfilling life. And that is what the right organization should always do.
Okay. So in this aspect, like probably you right now started reaching out to tier 2 and tier 3 cities, and you started grooming the engineering students. We saw their showcasing a couple of months back. So can you tell a little bit more about what is the thought process, where they are, what you are planning to do?
You know, as I told you that millions engineering students graduate every year. My object is, the research park's objective is, can we pick up 500 of them and make them into what we call Rancho? This name Rancho comes from a movie called Three Idiots.
Yeah.
It's a tech wizard. Our objective is, can they reach the pinnacle of technical capability? Can they become tech wizard? Can they become the top 1 to 2% in their field, in the world, not just in India?
In the world.
And my feeling is, today, for example, this ecosystem, Research Park and IIT, take close to 1,500 engineers from all the colleges every year. Soon it will grow to take 2,500 engineers. Can we take 20% of them, 500 of them, and grow them to become Rancho? This is one of the challenges that Research Park has taken up. It may sound very difficult, but we believe we can do that. There are enough people. The key again here is ordinary to extraordinary. How do you do them? You push them, motivate them, get them to enjoy learning, get them to believe in themselves on a continuous basis. Keep on improving. That's what we are doing. It's a program which would really transform India.
Yes.
Because you start creating 500.
So I saw the project, final project which they have showcased. It was
Yes,
awesome.
I mean, this summer we did even one step further. And we took even not graduates, we took third year students, second year students who just finished second year. And we said from colleges whose name we had not heard. For example, this Oina Singam College of Women, Home Science in Coimbatore. I thought it was a home science college.
Right.
Now, so no, it also has an engineering college. We said, send 8 people from there, 10 people from there. The college
How do you
asked us, which department? I say, any department. Say, any department, yes. Electrical engineering, computer science, mechanical engineering, IT, the civil engineering, it doesn't matter. Biotechnology.
Yeah.
They asked me, how do we select them? Do they have to be toppers? I said, I don't care. They don't have to be toppers. They should be better than average. The only thing that I'm looking for, do they want to build something rather than just learning and passing the exam? Do they want to build? This build, essentially, most of you would have played when you were kids with Lego. Now, what does Lego do? Lego is something that you enjoy. You, with few kids together, you build something. You build, learn, enjoy. You don't have to be told to spend time on that. You will spend it on your own. You don't have to be guided. You do self-learning. That Build Club is essentially the same thing. A grown-up Lego. Lego for grown-ups. We create an atmosphere where you build things. We create the right environment on your own, without any guidance, without any teachers hanging around. We have tried to set up such called build clubs in some different colleges. And I just told people who seem to be interested more in building. When they came here, we gave them challenges. The challenges were very large challenges. For example, I told them that I want a wheelchair to be designed which talks in any Indian language to the person who's occupied. The wheelchair will talk. I also want the wheelchair to be an automated chair which will travel on its own. Nobody pushing it. And it should be able to figure out where it is, which direction it is in, and take you from anywhere to anywhere while talking at the same time. Can the wheelchair become a tourist guide for her?
Kind of autonomous vehicle.
In an autonomous vehicle. I want you to design that. Every aspect of it. So what did we do? We took 25 engineers from all these colleges, 8 colleges. We took 3, 4 each. And we put 20 experienced. What kind of experience? People with 1 to 2 year experience. Again, 23-year-old and 19-year-old. And say 50 of them work together. There are few people guiding them, exploring, and say you have 75 days to build this. We took up another challenge. We want an alternate transport system for a congested city. Again, a very big challenge. But again, we gave it to 25, 19-year-old from any discipline and 25 somewhat senior, 23-year-old, again from different colleges. And with some amount of guidance, let them learn, play, figure out. Lego model. And with some guidance. They did marvelous work. And we plan to expand this. Next summer, we plan to do this for 500 youngsters.
Nice. So I want to know about how much your wife has impacted your perspective in terms of shaping your personality and